the Kings. We understand that, but they want to move, but they're not for sure yet. They're just focusing on winning season, and let's hope they have a developing season. Now let's move on to topic here. We're actually gonna have forecasts for the preseason of NBA rookies. And our first number one pick, as you all know, Anthony Davis, who plays for the New Orleans Hornets, number one pick. And last season with Kentucky, he averaged 14.2 points, 10 rebounds. And what do you think? Do you think Anthony Davis is going to help New Orleans Hornets a lot?
Well, he's obviously the number one pick. Is supposed to be to make a big impact on the team that he's going to be playing for. At Kentucky, I'm going to repeat what Robert said: 14 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, and then a nation leading almost 5 blocks per game. That's ridiculous. And I think he's going to continue doing that. I think a lot of people, a lot of basketball players that are rooting Team USA in the Olympics, they saw Anthony Davis play with the big boys, and I think he's really comfortable playing with the big boys. And I think he's going to be a very good ball player. I think he's going to be the Rookie of the Year, the preseason unanimous Rookie of the Year award winner. I think he's going to really boost this New Orleans Hornets ball club that also got Austin Rivers, the Boston Celtics head coach Doc Rivers' son, Austin Rivers, from Duke University with the 10th overall pick. And I think in a couple of years, or even a few years, when they grow in more to the league, I think they'll be very dangerous with Chris Paul like Austin Rivers, and then Emeka Okafor, or kind of like a David West and Anthony Davis. But I think Anthony Davis is more agile, more athletic than West.
And the interesting part is, we know the Hornets have not been as big because without Chris Paul, they really just fell into a huge hole, not having a great season, but had a great pick. I know the Charlotte Bobcats didn't get that number one overall pick, which was a little bit surprising, but hey, the Hornets got a really good pick for Anthony Davis.
So the number 2 pick, the Bobcats, which they got, was really surprising, because if you tune into the NBA draft just last summer, the Bobcats had a 25% chance of getting a number 1 pick. That's like, you can't get any worse than that in your record, and worse than that trying to get a number 1 pick. 25%. That's unbelievable. But I think they got a good pick in Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Almost averaged 12 points per game and averaging just under 7.5 rebounds per game. He's not the reason why Anthony Davis was picked over him, because Davis, obviously you saw him. He's really good with the big boys, and with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, we haven't really seen a lot from him. I know he was pretty good at Kentucky last year. I think he got injured once or twice, so a health concern maybe in the back of the Bobcats owner Michael Jordan's mind. But I think Kidd-Gilchrist is a very he's going to be a very good NBA player, possibly an All-Star, and hopefully Michael Jordan made a good pick this year. Robert.
Yeah, I hope that the Bobcats do have a better year than last year. At least get double-digit wins, please, because I don't want to see below 10, and that's really disgrace for basketball. But I think that the Bobcats got a really good pick. He's going to help them out a lot at the small forward position, and he can average a lot of points for this team.
I agree with you, Robert, an entire way. So another rookie we're going to be looking at is going to be the Golden State Warriors' number 7 overall pick, small forward Harrison Barnes. For the University of North Carolina, averaged 17 points per game and 5 rebounds per game. He is looking like a beast. I saw him. I was watching NBA TV channel. I was watching the NBA channel, and I was looking at some summer league games for the Warriors. He looks very good. He brings a lot of energy to the court for the Warriors, as he's going to be boosting at the small forward spot. And the starting lineup for the Warriors looks very good. The point guard is going to be Stephen Curry. My starting shooting guard is going to be Klay Thompson. I think he's going to be very good this year after having a shaky rookie season, but at the end of the season he looked very good, averaging about 20 points per game, and he had a couple of games where he had 30 points. Starting small forward is going to be Harrison Barnes. That was a very good pickup by the Warriors. The power forward is going to be David Lee, his backup, Carl Landry. He's going to be a very good backup, probably a six-man for the Warriors. And then the starting center is the recently acquired Andrew Bogut, which the Warriors got in the trade with the Bucks for Monte Ellis. Robert, what do you think about Harrison Barnes and what impact he's going to bring to the Warriors this year?
Harrison Barnes is going to bring a great impact to this team. Now, about starting, we don't know that. That's been really competitional with Harrison Barnes and Brandon Rush. Brandon Rush being one of the great three-point shooters. I know we traded Darrell Wright for Jarrett Jack, and Jarrett Jack's going to bring a lot on that bench, too. I think our bench is going to be great this year. Carl Landry, and, it's a fight. I don't know if Barnes or Rush could start. I think Barnes can get it. He brings a lot of energy, as you said, and we expect a lot from him during the NBA season. He had a great summer. He had a great summer league with Klay Thompson. Those were the two guys that made a really good impact for the Warriors. And as I said, Warriors have a great bench. They got Carl Landry, Jarrett Jack, and it's a question between Harrison Barnes and Brandon Rush.
Also, they got Draymond Green in the draft, also from Michigan State. He's a very good player. I've seen him play in the Big Ten tournament, and he is a very good player. He was one of Coach Tom Izzo's brightest athletes that has come off of his team into the NBA in all of his coaching career. So a lot of praise for Draymond Green, as he'll probably be another backup, a possible impact player off the bench for the Warriors. And then one more rookie we're going to be talking about, the number 3 overall pick, the shooting guard Brandon Beal of the University of Florida, averaging just under 15 points per game last season at Florida at the SEC powerhouse, and 6.7 rebounds per game. I've also seen Bradley Beal play. He is a one-of-a-kind three-point shooter. He can be kind of like, Ray Allen in a way, but I don't think we can see Bradley Beal be as good as Ray Allen. But I think of him as a Ray Allen because he's a very athletic man, and he's a great three-point shooter. He's kind of like a Brandon Rush, but he's a shooting guard, and I think Bradley Beal will complete the guards for the Washington Wizards, with the point guard being John Wall, obviously, and then right here Bradley Beal filling in the hole that the Wizards have had for a few years at the shooting guard spot. Robert, what do you think about this?
John Wall and Bradley Beal will be the star players for the Wizards. And I think Beal will bring a lot to this team. I think maybe he'll average about 15 to 20 points per game, and he's just gonna bring a lot of good attitude to this team. And I think the Wizards are going to have a way better season than last year. You look at some bad teams. I don't know about the Bobcats yet. No one knows about the Bobcats. Hornets, I think they're going to have an okay season. They're going to have it's just going to be another developing season. And I think the Wizards are going to have a really good solution. Now, as I said before, please text us or call us at 650-678-7127 or comment. We'll even read your comments that you tell us, and we're actually going to go to commercial break here.
So when we come back from commercial break, we'll be talking about Major League Baseball, as one of the big headlines in Major League Baseball right now, as the Dodgers and the Red Sox are looking and closing on a deal that would send Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, and Carl Crawford to Los Angeles. How does this impact the NL West in the race for first place for between the Dodgers and the Giants? When we come back to the Deits and Steven All Out Sports, her radio show. You more think that I'm a genius, really out the wrong side of town, saying it's all clean and trying to trailer parks crazy and cracking. Living life in the fast lane, living at the speed of life and I can't slow down. You got a gallon in the gas tank, you're almost at the finish line, so I can't stop now. I don't really know where I'm headed, cause I'm doing the ride. The road till I drop, the ride till I die. Living life in the fast lane, life in the fast lane. Hey, welcome back to the show, the Deits and Steven All Out Sports Talk Show here on Spreaker.com. If you didn't catch the beginning part of the show, we'll give you a little bit of a recap. We were talking about the Arizona Cardinals situation at the quarterback position. Who should really get the spot as the starting QB during the regular season? Kevin Cobb, or what's his name? John Skelton. Right, John Skelton. And also, we're talking about the NBA with the Sacramento Kings reportedly were thinking of going to Virginia Beach, but then the Kings were denied that report. And then we're talking a little bit about some rookies to look at this year during the regular season for the NBA. Now let's go to Major League Baseball. We're right here, right now. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the Red Sox are looking to send Adrian Gonzalez, Josh Beckett, Carl Crawford, and Nick Punto. All four of them are on waivers for the on the Red Sox, and they'll send them to Los Angeles, to the Dodgers. Robert, how do you feel about this?
I feel like emotionally hurt because if the Dodgers get them, all the Giants are going to have to fight even harder. With Adrian Gonzalez, you get power and contact. This guy has been one of the best hitters for the Red Sox this season. Carl Crawford is going to be the guy who is going to get hits, and he's going to steal bases. So you have a fast guy right there. Punto is kind of a contact guy. He's kind of a guy that can get singles and doubles, kind of an easy type of guy. Beckett's going to, I don't know how he's going to adjust because he hasn't had the greatest season with the Red Sox. And it's going to, some pitchers do take time to adjust to that NL. Red Sox get James Loney. James Loney's had not a very good season. As you know, the Giants and the Dodgers have not had very good first basemen. Ruby De La Rosa, I don't really know much about him. Pitcher Ruby De La Rosa will be headed back to Boston as the centerpiece of the deal. De La Rosa made his first Major League appearance of the season Wednesday, having had Tommy John surgery about 13 months ago. Also included, James Loney. And prospects, Alan Webster, right-handed pitcher, Ivan DeJesus, infielder, and Jerry Sands, outfielder, according to sources. And it's going to be interesting what's going to happen with the Red Sox and the Dodgers. I mean, if the Dodgers get this, how's the NL West going to look, Steven?
First off, before I answer your question, if I think some of you know this, Carl Crawford is having Tommy John, and he's an outfielder, so you don't really see that a lot, Tommy John for an outfielder. So he's going to be out for 9 months. So the Dodgers are getting 4 players, -1 really because of Carl Crawford's injury. You're now getting Gonzalez, Beckett, and Punto for Looney, Ruby De La Rosa, and then 3 very good prospects. Jerry Sands, he's been brought up, and I've seen him play for the Dodgers. He's a very good player in my opinion. He's a great prospect that the Red Sox would really need. And then Ivan DeJesus. Not a lot of word on that name really on the name Ivan DeJesus. I know him as a very good defensive player. I don't really see him as a hitter. I think he was like a Marco Scudero type of player, but with less of the batting skills that Marco Scudero has. But this looks like a blockbuster deal, Robert. And I'm going to answer your question now. This will impact the NL West humongously. You have Adrian Gonzalez, who's going to be he's probably going to be the number 5 batter in the order. Playing at first base. It's going to be probably Haley Ramirez, and then it's going to go Matt Kemp, and then Adrian Gonzalez, and then it'll go Andre Ethier. But and then also getting Josh Beckett, another ace for the Dodgers rotation. Now, this is unbelievable. The Dodgers now have Clayton Kershaw, Chad Billingsley, Chris Capuano, Joe Blanton off. You got him off the trade from Philadelphia, right, Robert?
Yes.
And then you got Josh Beckett now. So this rotation is going to be stacked. It's going to be tough for the Giants to really compete against this. The Dodgers ownership now with Magic Johnson are really being aggressive right now, especially in a position in the NL West where they can possibly make the playoffs. And then if the Giants won't make the playoffs, if they fall off of first place in the NL West, they're not going to the playoffs because the wild card is just at the Braves and the Pirates or the Cardinals right now, because those are the 3 best teams that are not in first place, and the Giants are only 14 games above 500, and the Pirates are like 20 games above 500. And that's a problem for the Giants. So they got to take the NL West. Is NL West or bust right now, Robert?
Well, you're going to have to see the outfield. Why do Dodgers need Carl Crawford? They have Shane Victorino, Andre Ethier, and Matt Kemp. And those are great outfielders. I don't get why Carl Crawford has to come. He is out for that month because of that Tommy John surgery. We do know that. But do you think Shane Victorino's is he just gonna be a bench player then for the Dodgers?